Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again with the sequence of interviews in the frame of the Excel Joint Undertaking Symposium 2021. Kind of a different format and unfortunately still not an in-person meeting. Today we have the pleasure to have with us Kim Davies. She is the Senior Advisor of the Research Council of Norway. And she, by that, is one of our very vocal delegates of the Public Authorities Board and the Governing Board. Kim, welcome.
Thank you very much.
We have a couple of questions we would like to go through, and maybe one to start off with. Norway is an associated country. You participating in that respect to the European program. Why would Norway participating country, an associated country participate in our program? What's in for Norway participating in Excel?
Well, obviously, Europe is our largest trading partner, so we need to be involved in Europe, even though we're not members of the European Union. It's not my fault. I voted for it, but it is what it is. Also, remember, we're just a tiny country on the outskirts of Europe, so we have a limited population. And we're spread over a large area. So we really see being a part of KDT in the future is that we can leverage our expertise with a larger audience. We can network with a larger group. Also, because of the fact that Norway, because we're very small and we have a very limited population, it's hard for us to make policy on things like components. We don't have a huge industry of components or anything like that, but we do participate. We are very good at certain parts of it. So this gives us an opportunity to participate and compete on a European level.
Right. You were indicating small but beautiful, isn't it? Norway is such a gorgeous country.
Yeah, we have all the scenery. Yeah.
Could this be one step towards, how to say, a closer integration into Europe? Is this an indication where it could go?
Well, we get some former members. What we do is we buy in through this EEA agreement or EFTA agreement. And so in essence, we're on a level playing field of most things.
Good. And another question, which is, I think, very much to, due to actuality at the moment. In the preparation of the new program, KDT Joint Undertaking, one of the novelties, if I may say, is what has been called as central management of financial contributions. This would mean that, in simple terms, that the office of KDT or Excel would be responsible for not only managing the European side of the funds, but also the national. Norway, you are very much positive for this kind of approach. Can you just explain why you're so enthusiastic on CMFC?
Well, altruistically, I can say that it is because we want to make things simpler for our participants in order for them to be a part. So that means that they only have to go one place, they only have to fill out one set of forms, they only have to sign one contract. But also on another way is to say, as I say, we are a small country, we're isolated, we have a very strong public sector, which means that it's expensive. And so to a certain extent, we need personnel. And so for us to be able to outsource certain things is quite positive.
So in very simple terms, we take over the Norwegian part of the administration in simple terms. Now, that's obviously, together with the simplification for the beneficiaries, by all means, we are very much happy and open to do so. Though the money will be allocated by the Horizon Europe set of rules. Yeah, that is not a hindrance to implementation.
Not a hindrance for us, no.
Okay, good. So we are happy and happy to do so, the central management, and we will do our utmost to make sure that it's satisfying all of your requirements, but you will not be the only one. So you need to see also to the other member states. Yeah.
Yeah. The only hesitation we've seen is to a certain extent, we lose that contact, that direct contact. But at the same time, the way it's worked before is we're able to set certain regulations in order to have matching funding. So we get the contact that way.
And again, we understand this kind of contact between yourselves and the Norwegian beneficiaries is something we will try to help fostering by inviting the national delegations to the review meetings and to anything related to the project itself. And that can only bring you, or at least help you, to keep the contact, which I believe is important. And unfortunately, in the last year, we haven't seen a lot of this kind of personal contact. Good. In the same respect, then running up to the new program, we are in the preparation of the work plan for KDT, slowly but steadily. And to that extent, also, we are working towards putting specific priorities, slightly different from what we have done in the past, where we had the large SRE, a strategic research and innovation agenda. We would like now to come up with priority topics, let's call it. Mm-hmm. So returning the question to you, what would be a Norwegian priority topic in the work plan?
Well, as I said before, we're a small country, so we don't set, for example, national policies on components and systems, or we don't have a national policy on software development, and we don't have a national policy on high performance computing or anything else. Our projects within research very much bottom up. And of course, as I said before, we lack the large industries that may push us a bit. However, we do have areas where we're very good that obviously we would like to see more participation in, such as the software and the low power aspects. But we also would like to see more in the sectoral business, because right now it's limited to mobility, which is really automobiles, unfortunately. But we would like to see things in the marine sector, the oceans, marine technology, that sort of thing, which can, we hope, be included in the mobility section and so forth.
So I understand expanding on some of the, let's say, application side, expanding the mobility aspect, and obviously also putting sufficient emphasis on software, if I got that right.
Software and low power, because we're very much supportive of the Green Deal. So.
Yeah, the greening, the whole greening discussion, yeah. And I think this has been traditionally a stronghold of Europe. How to say, the power electronics, let's call it. But right. Now we have a perfect mandate with the Green Deal, and I think we should, put all the effort to support the progress of the Green Deal and the implementation of the Green Deal.
Absolutely.
Maybe from two sides, yeah, how ECS, electronic components and systems, can contribute to the greening. But I think also we have to reflect on how we are producing all these components and systems.
And their life cycle, obviously.
And the life cycle, because I'm not always sure that we are the best in class if it comes to greening of our own process technologies. Some work to be done. Right. Thank you, Kim, for this. Maybe a final question to round up. If there would be anything on your wish list that you would like to ask to the new joint undertaking, to me as the executive director, say, please pay attention to this one when you run up to the new program and the implementation. What would that be? What would you like to ask me or the governing board in the same respect?
Well, I would like that. That we really focus when we award funding on the classification of excellence and so forth. I think it's unfortunate that sometimes we end up in the governing board or in the public authorities board looking at national policies at that level. I think we should address those things before we're actually at the funding level.
Excellence is is or should remain one of the main selection criteria. But allow me to exploit this one step further. If you have to decide between supporting the Green Deal or excellence, meaning that it might be an interesting project, maybe not so excellent, but supporting the Green Deal, how would you trade off this kind of optimization?
I don't think at the funding level we should be discussing that. That should be at the work program level, so that we should write the work program so that it says we emphasize the Green Deal. This is the most important thing in this topic, for example.
So the steering of the work plan up front, these are the priorities, yeah, and in those priorities you have to set yourself at the highest excellence level.
Precisely.
Very good. And that's what I hope our new program will allow us to do, to to steer upfront the work program, and then to still go for the most excellent projects in the portfolio for the call.
Yeah, because
right.
I think that KDD in the future is really important, a really important program, because it supports this pre-competitive research-based innovation that stimulates prosperity. And I think that that's a really important driver for Norway to participate.
Very good. Clear, let's say, request. We will do our utmost. Kim, thank you for being with us this afternoon. I thank the audience, and we will be back with more interviews shortly. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.